A high-quality outdoor education experience is more important now than ever.
It gives you a chance to get out into the natural world and find yourself again, because the distractions of everyday life and of how hectic and chaotic growing up is, it's like a wonderful escape to just recenter yourself and remember who you are and who you want to be, and really make some true friendships that last a lifetime.
At Buffalo Cove Outdoor Education Center, one of the big important things that we bring to the table is the importance of community and building a community that is meaningful to you so that you can also seek a meaningful life.
My favorite part of camp has got to be the community that we share here.
I would definitely say the community.
The people here are just incredible.
It's like family here.
The community is really amazing, and it pushes you to do things that you would have never done if you weren't in such a wonderful and welcoming place.
People come to Buffalo Cove often because we have a reputation of teaching earth skills and survival skills, and we do all kinds of arts and crafts. We do lots of fiber work. We do multi-day backpacking trips and multi-day survival trips. We do wilderness first aid. We teach classes on wild foods, wild medicines, tracking animals and animal habits and ecology. All kinds of different fire classes, from the quintessential one-match fire through all kinds of different fire by frictions. In the traditional woodworking world, we do everything from carving spoons and spatulas to building boxes and containers, to building benches, and sometimes to building structures to teach the concept of log cabin building. We teach classes in building atlatls and throwing darts and blowguns, blacksmithing, and traditional archery is a big thing that we get into. We'll be building bows out of bamboo. Sometimes we get into more creative arts as far as storytelling and music making, creative writing inspired by nature or through experience, or we'll offer a class in watercolors down by the creek, or yoga and movement. We teach classes in martial arts, we teach classes in self-defense, we do candle making, we do leather craft, we do clay, primitive pottery. We'll have a class on working with leather and sewing. We teach classes on how to harvest and prepare different foods, primitive cooking and over-the-fire cooking, and even contemporary cooking. We teach classes on copper work, cold forging copper to make blanket pins. And then lastly, we have an outdoor adventure element where we're teaching contemporary adventure skills like orienteering and map reading skills, how to canoe and how to safely navigate rivers in the southern Appalachian Mountains. We also teach how to journey into the forest with very minimal gear and survive.
Like just learning how to find safe water and learning about animal tracks and plants.
The core root skills like building fires.
I never would have learned all these different types of skills.
Just learned a lot of great skills and a lot of different things about myself and about other people that I wouldn't get the opportunity to learn if I hadn't come here, and that's just beautiful to me, and I'm really fortunate to have been able to come here.
The basic day at Earth Camp, really there's two types of days. We have days where we're in base camp and then days when we're out on adventures. And when we're in base camp, our days really are divided by 3 wonderful meals. Our food is a cornerstone of our program, and we put a lot of time and energy and effort into networking with local farmers and local food resources to bring the best foods we can to the table of these kids, and we sit down family style and pass that food around.
Oh, the food's amazing. I love me some good.
It's
really good.
Chore time!
After every meal, we have a chore time where everyone is involved in chores. Sometimes chore groups are gathering firewood. We have chore groups that are washing dishes. We have chore groups that are going into the garden and weeding the garden and harvesting vegetables to bring back to the kitchen. And that's, for us, another key point of our program. It's how we are accountable to our community.
Well, I've learned a lot of just respecting others and respecting your community and like the wildlife around you. It's kind of something that I learned that's really important here, and I'm glad I'll be able to take that back home with me.
It's a passion of mine to open up the door to the natural world for all kinds of students. And it's a passion of mine to help those students develop self-confidence and help those students develop a meaningful relationship with the natural world. A high-quality outdoor education experience is more important now than ever. You know, we live in a world that seeks comfort. We live in a world that isn't pushing people outside their comfort zones into their stretch zones. We're living in a world where you have immediate satisfaction at the tip of your fingertips pretty much all the time. And I think that what outdoor education brings is a dose of reality. And it pushes you out. It makes you stretch. It makes you work. It makes you persevere. You get all of these lessons that are just deeply ingrained, and you can take the lessons from the field, from the woods, and you can take them back to your normal life throughout the year, and you can apply those lessons, whether it's in school or in your job or in your community. You are learning how to be accountable. And outdoor education, it's a natural setting for all of these amazing lessons. You can't hide. You can't hide from natural consequences. They are around every corner. And the only way that you work through these natural consequences is by building your awareness, building your skill level, building your ability to work with a team. And these are all things that we teach day in and day out at Buffalo Cove. And I feel that now more than ever, we need to get kids out of their rooms, from in front of their screens, and into the great outdoors.
It gives you a chance to get out into the natural world and find yourself again.
It kind of reconnects you with nature, and it's really hard to do that, especially if you're living in a city.
I think I've learned more about myself here than anywhere else.
I've learned so much more about myself than any other place on earth here.
Probably because it's like my favorite place on earth.
All right, circle up. And I think one of the beauties of having a small program by design of 18 campers and 10 staff, there are no shadows. No one can really hide in the backdrops and not get the attention that they need. And the safety for one to feel safe to be themselves and to grow. And I think that our common heritage as human beings lies in the skills and experiences that we can share in the natural world.
A brand new moon and a brand new sun, so follow